Good afternoon, everybody. It is I, your friendly neighborhood skook with a uke, coming at ya on this Sunday. It's been a little bit of a weird Sunday. I feel like I got a late start because I was coming back to Bethlehem from my hometown, so it's been a long day. And although the sun is not shining and it's not quite as beautiful as it was yesterday, and it's a little bit windy and a little bit rainy, I'm still gonna go out on my back porch here in a minute and enjoy some Peter Stokkebye 31 Optimum Pipe Tobacco, which was recommended to me, oh my goodness, I don't remember who recommended this to me, but they commented it on one of my YouTube videos, and so I got some to try, and at first I wasn't really wild about it, because it kind of tasted not super different from like a lot of, like, it wasn't, I felt very unique on its own, and then I smoked a couple more bowls of it and really kind of like dissected it on my palate and was able to kind of appreciate its nuances and the way that it is different from other aromatic tobaccos. So I like it now. It's not like one of my like definitely like go-to kind of things, like goodness, I don't know, I really like Captain Black Royal because that's like the first thing that I ever smoked. And actually today I'm going to be smoking this Peter Stokkebye's out of my very first ever pipe, which is just a little briar basket pipe, and its only identification is Italy. That's all that it says. But I'm going to go out on my back porch and enjoy these in a couple minutes with my cup of coffee here. But I just also listened to, because I like to listen to things while I'm working on papers and stuff, and I listened to Aromatic's video, his video response to David 34454, maybe I got the numbers right. I'll be really impressed if I did. I don't think I did. But I was listening to his video about some of his passions, and he shared that learning about theology and kind of religion and that kind of stuff was one of his passions additionally, and that a lot of pastors have not read the Bible, or it's not like required to become a pastor to read the Bible all the way through. And I was thinking about that, and I thought, that's true, because unless you end up in a class or take like like if your Old Testament class and your New Testament class require you to read the Old and New Testament in its entirety, which some of them do, then you do, but this is going to be one pastor that pretty regularly reads the Bible. I have one of those, like, the Bible in a year plan things that I do that every other year, and then on my off years, I usually end up working through all of the books of the Bible anyway, because I think Scripture is really important. I'm a Methodist, and we have the Wesleyan Quadrilateral, and that's the idea that our theology is based on Scripture, experience, reason, and tradition. And Scripture is kind of like the top tier, and so Scripture is very, very high up in my mind. So that's kind of one of my like big things that I love reading the Bible. It's always interesting, it's always new, and there's always different perspectives, and being able to study it with other people is always awesome. But I also wanted to say to aromatics or anybody else that may be interested, that I have a book recommendation. I'm actually currently using it right now as I work on my sermon for Earth Day, because I know a lot of people on Earth Day kind of like talking about like tikkun olam. I think I'm saying it right, like the Hebrew idea that we are constantly repairing the world and making it better and taking care of God's creation. Because in Genesis 1, toward the tail end of the verses there before chapter 2 starts, he says, you know, man and woman, he created them, and then he says all this stuff, like, it's yours to use, but, like, take good care of it. So I'm working on a bit of a different twist on Earth Day. So the book that I would recommend is Timothy Keller's The Reason for God, Belief in an Age of Skepticism. And I have loved this book for years. I don't necessarily agree with every single thing that he says, but I really love that it's very well written, it's very well argued, and a lot of the points that he makes are just really great. And one of my favorite things about this book is that I'm going to just show you the page that I have it open to. I've got some thick pen marks, some thin pen marks, and then there's pencil marks, and it's just really dog-eared and full of sticky notes and everything. Because I used this book my freshman year of undergraduate, my freshman year of college. I used it in a class called The Case for God, And then I used it my junior year with my twin brother, and he and I took the God debate class, which was awesome. We read a lot of stuff from atheist apologetics and Christian apologetics, and read both sides of the argument, and wrote a paper for both sides. It was a really interesting debate class, and I had a lot of fun in it. It was just a totally awesome experience, and I already had the book, so my twin and I shared it, and the thick pen marks are my freshman year, things that I wrote in the side margins and things that I thought were important. The thin pen is me my junior year, and then the pencil marks are all my brother. So it's almost like there's a dialogue going on every single page of the book. There's little marks and sticky notes, and so I really love the book itself, and now it's got even more meaning for me, this particular copy, because it's got kind of this experience that I had with my brother that was a little bit of a faith journey, so. And I just realized that I've been talking for almost 6 minutes now. It's a bit of a longer video. I'm getting a little more rambly, I guess. So I'm gonna go out and enjoy my pipe tobacco here before it starts to, like, downpour or something. But, again, Timothy Keller's A Reason for God, I really like the book. I think it's a really great book. And would recommend to everybody and anybody. I think it's interesting no matter what you believe. So without further ado, everybody have a beautiful Sunday and God bless.